Hey everyone, there's nothing worse than seeing someone who used to be big back in the day for something awful come back again to recreate it in the hopes of getting some traction again on their dead channel. I doubt that anyone will remember this name, but Extreme Games used to get a lot of hate when they were lying about them dying, with really dumb reasons like vertigo or having too much liquid in their body. It's the kind of stuff a kid says when they don't want to go to school, but the most embarrassing part was they only did this for attention, which I mean worked because that was when they were most popular, even if it was because of the amount of videos saying how dumb they were. But to be honest, after that, they kind of died off, not being as big as they were since then, but by some miracle, they recently came back after not uploading for a year, to claim that once again, one of them was on the brink of death, but decided to GoFundMe to raise an absurd amount of money to cover the bills. You know, the medical bills you get from the free Australian healthcare, that definitely warrants the $120,000 they wanted to raise to pay it off. You couldn't come up with stuff like this no matter how hard you try, but at the same time, you have to appreciate that things this bizarre exist.
Now, on this channel, we have covered a large variety of creators who have pretended to be dying from different diseases like cancer or another disease, or they just fake disabilities in order to get money through fake GoFundMe campaigns.
Oh, please show those two fat twins that just took the money and bought like a ERV.
Milking their fabricated illnesses to their audience. Again, I and many others have covered this degenerate practice of YouTubers scamming their fans in order to make a lot of money. Most recently, we spoke about Maddie Russo, who was just found guilty for her crimes and was ordered to pay a ton of money back to the people who donated to her. Today, I thought we should revisit the internet's favorite dying duo, Extreme Games. Now, if you don't know who they are a channel that was created by two Australian brothers named Thomas and Jonathan, who mostly go by Tommy and John. Over the course of
these guys have such iconic faces, it's stamped through my brain when I watch like early, just cringy drama.
Creepy videos in general, and most recently, they'd latch on to Poppy Playtime and Grab Pack videos.
To get views.
In 2018, these
when I saw this video, I thought it was gonna start off like with them like dying off, but no, but they still get like almost a million, which is pretty good. Most people like these that make like horrible content early on don't do so well, like into like now, the present day.
Illnesses a little later. Now, after they were called out by almost everyone within the commentary community for faking their illnesses, Tommy and Johnny still refused to ever admit that them having a terminal illness and could die was just a hoax in order to get clout. However, it has now been over 5 years since they made these outrageous claims about their debilitating health, and as of 2 weeks ago, they have made a return to YouTube after 1 year of inactivity. Today, we'll look into the situation to see what happened to Extreme Games, why they disappeared last year, and if they are still clickbaiting the internet, and faking illnesses and giveaways for views and interactions to try and boost their videos within the YouTube algorithm. Now, I can't offer a giveaway for liking the video, but if you did find yourself enjoying this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into it. Starting off in the very beginning, Tommy and Johnny created the Extreme Games YouTube channel in May of 2014. They started the channel off with gameplay videos.
What a sweet young boy before he got his face tarnished by acne.
These videos didn't do well, and because of the now deleted or private videos failing to capture an audience, Tommy and Johnny started to follow internet trends instead of just latching onto one game. The first video that's still available to watch on their channel was titled "Opening the Most Expensive Pokemon Card Ever, $10,000 Card." This video showed the exact tactics and how they were able to achieve so much interaction in the comments of this video. And that's because Tommy and Johnny announced a giveaway during the first minute of the video. The catch? Well, the only way you were entered into the giveaway was if you liked the video, subscribed to their channel, and also left a comment on the video saying that you did those two things.
I remember that because I remember thinking to myself, like, how can I actually check not only who liked but also commented on the video? But I was like, oh, I'm sure they have a system for it, even though I feel like even up to now they still don't, so it was a lie.
What are you doing, guys? The first step to enter our Pokemon Go level 30 account giveaways is, guys, you gotta like this video. We're trying to hit 10,000 likes on this video, so every single person watching this video, go down below and smash that like button. It is one of the biggest steps to enter into this giveaway.
Oh, give the guy on the right. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, you just need to like
subscribe to our channel. If you are not subscribed, guys, you cannot be entered in any of our giveaways. So make sure you are subscribed and stay super active, because
Oh my god, they really were like amateur back in the day. They just had a phone on a GoPro, on a whatever stand, yeah, not GoPro.
with all you guys, so subscribe.
Now, most people who are older than the age of 14 probably realize that this was a huge scam. See, there's no actual way that they'd be able to see if you subscribe to their channel unless you had your subscriptions turned on to public, and even then, Tommy and Johnny wouldn't notice unless you had a pretty high subscriber count for it to pop up in their subscriber box on their YouTube dashboard. And they also wouldn't notice if you liked the video either, because liked videos are usually private. But again, their young audience didn't realize this, and in the hopes of trying to get a free iPhone or gift cards, these kids would spam comments in desperation and would leave a like and subscribe to their channel if they weren't subscribed already, which from the jump inflated their interactions and finessed the YouTube algorithm into sharing their videos onto the YouTube homepage. But I think I'm getting a bit too far ahead of myself, so I'll just dial it back for now. Anyways, the next video posted to the channel was another Pokemon card pack opening video, and after that, it was a video featuring Johnny in the thumbnail with a kidney or something on the right side, titled How I Almost Died.
That is such a good Photoshop job, oh my god. If someone like kidnapped one of my family members and sent me this picture saying like, if you don't pay the money soon, we'll kill him, I would immediately believe them.
With a kidney
Also, why is he saying kidney? I'm pretty sure his main excuse was that he had back pain, or something related to his back that would kill him.
That he had something wrong with him, and how at first he thought it was just not as serious, but found out later on how serious the whole situation was. But once again, this was a very clickbaity title and thumbnail, and during the video, there was yet another giveaway. And look, showcasing a giveaway during a serious video is pretty weird and out of place, especially if you're trying to be really serious, of course, but it's a reoccurring theme for this duo, and we'll see why later on. After they posted the video of Johnny almost dying, almost every single video after that one had a giveaway within it, and they'd still follow a lot of the big trends on YouTube. But it wasn't just their channel which followed trends, it was almost every channel on YouTube at the time that would follow these trends in order to pull in easy views. We saw that with Guava Juice and Wolfie Raps. All of these people did the same exact trends in order to get easy views because it was something that everybody was interested in at the time. It was just more scummy because Extreme Games would advertise giveaways that would never happen. As one trend died, they'd leech onto a new one, and once Pokemon cards started to die, they'd move on to fidget spinners, Nerf gun fights, and impossible challenges. But then suddenly they'd upload a video titled "We're quitting YouTube because we're dying." Now, during this video, Johnny once again speaks about how he's been dealing with kidney disease for the past few years and how it's affecting him, how he holds a lot of liquid in his body because his kidneys aren't working that well, and how it makes him lack motivation to continue.
What a good way to word that. My body's holding too much liquid, I'm gonna die.
His being vertigo. Now, obviously vertigo isn't life-threatening, but he does explain it's tiring to deal with every day of his life.
Tell all you guys because it's a pretty big thing, and we don't want to like make you guys think like feel bad or anything, but it's hit a point where
the one thing that would immediately make me believe someone telling me that they're dying would be like really cheap, royalty-free music in the background. That's such awful music. I miss back in the day when people thought like this was good enough to be like either like an apology video or like a fake video saying like, we're gonna die, we need you, and they still do a giveaway at the end. So it's just a conflict of just like different emotions that make it impossible to believe if it's real or not. I mean, clearly it was fake now in hindsight, but I'm sure there was at least one kid that bawled their eyes out when they saw the thumbnail and actually believed it. Nowadays, thankfully, I don't see even anyone like fake their own death. People are smart enough to know that they're just lying and doing it for the views.
Have to, because you guys are all wondering why we're not doing videos and stuff, and this is why. Because we're both sick, and I'm gonna tell you guys now what's wrong with me, because a lot of you guys are probably like, well, what's wrong with you? And I know a lot of you guys have been wondering why I've got all these pimples on my face.
I know you guys are wondering why this mic is so awful.
You guys have been commenting, oh, he's got acne and all that sort of stuff, but that's actually one of the side effects of my problems. Every single day that I wake up,
I swear to God,
like just absolute vertigo. And if you guys don't know what vertigo is, it's like dizziness. You know when you're on a roller coaster, you get off and everything's spinning, the world is spinning. Imagine that happening to you every single day.
There's no mention of acne being an effect of vertigo. God, I think they're lying.
And you just keep getting dizzy every single day for 4 years. That's kind of what's happened, what that is, what's happened to me. And then you get acne, and then your stomach's always hurting, you vomit, and it's just like,
You should have thrown up on camera right then and there to make it more believable.
literally can't live. It's like, you feel like you're in a box, and you can't escape. Your mind goes insane.
Now, personally, I
Man, that was just dog shit. If it was that bad, which I'm sure vertigo can be very severe to some people, but if it was that bad, you wouldn't spend like an hour in front of a camera fake crying. You'd just make like one tweet saying like, guys, I quit YouTube. I can't handle this shit anymore because of my health. That would make more sense.
a pick me in this video, and Johnny actually had a real illness, but once again, it's weird because they have another giveaway in this video. They frame it as one last big giveaway, but as you may have guessed it, this was not the final video on their channel, and they started to post videos about their treatments to try to resolve some of these illnesses. And if you thought that they were going to get some treatment from a medical professional who has a degree, well, you'd be wrong again. Instead, they'd go to a chiropractor named Dr. Bergman. This doctor isn't the most credible person, with a bunch of videos released on him about his beliefs and ideologies within
That's so
medicine,
funny.
but this didn't stop them from going to him and making content around his practice. I would show some of these videos on the screen, but every video is practically deleted that involved that part of the recovery and them going to his office. But the duo showed their support for Dr. Bergman and claimed that he knew the cure to cancer. Remember, this is a chiropractor. Now, because they made such a bold claim that they were dying and they made such a big stink of it, the commentary community started to look into their content. One of the biggest creators to do this was Leon Lush. During Leon's video, he'd set the record straight and flat out say that they were lying and doing this stunt for attention and views. After Leon
No, you don't think, do you? I remember being a kid watching a video about this, and it was so funny just seeing them just walk into a chiropractor's room and be like, guys, he's gonna save us. Because I'm pretty sure that was like the last outcome when everyone was calling them out for just lying, basically. And this was the best solution. They're gonna fix that. Because of course, I'm guessing they didn't want to apologize. I think them apologizing would be better, but I think they were so stubborn that they only want to carry on this lie, and this was the best decision they could make. But I feel like they knew the chiropractor beforehand, and it just paid them to carry on this lie and just show it on YouTube.
Leon's video was released, it generated a ton of views. And for the first time, Tommy and Johnny started to witness negativity within the comment section, which was usually filled with adolescent kids commenting that they liked and subscribed. This led to the duo to respond to Leon and practically say that because he said that they were lying for views, that it affected them mentally.
You guys would be saying that you can't die from this, but you can. How many people have died from depression? How many people have died from anxiety and stress? It just pushes you to a point when everyone's telling you that you're not telling the truth. It pushes you to a point in your mental state where you can just suicide, you can do anything. And honestly, I'm not the kind of person that would suicide because I have Jesus Christ in my life. I would never suicide no matter what pain I'm ever going through. Suicide is never the option, but I'm just saying that that is the point where it was getting to, and my mental state was not stable at all.
Okay, so now you're not dying of
I'm not even paying attention. I could only focus on his bright white teeth.
that was leading you to have suicidal thoughts or do suicide, but you would never do suicide because you have Jesus Christ in your life.
Not only that, he had arthritis in his back, arthritis in his neck.
That was hard, yeah.
Arthritis?
In the neck.
You mean the same thing that hundreds of thousands of people around the world live with every single day without dying? Oh!
3 discs aren't functioning in my lower back.
3 whole discs aren't functioning.
Tommy also said in this video that all of the medical doctors that they went to said it was all in their head and that they weren't actually dying. Still, they continued to defend their claims, saying that you can die from depression and anxiety and stress, which their illnesses were making them have. They continued to defend themselves by reiterating all the medical problems they had. Tommy said that he wasn't lying about dying because his leaking gut had the potential to develop into cancer, liver disease, or kidney disease, but thankfully it didn't develop into these things because he was adjusted by a chiropractor. Again, a chiropractor.
That does make sense. If you have a cold, the best thing to do is immediately expect for the worst and just saying you're going to be in a hospital bed within 2 days. That is pretty
Tommy
genius.
and Johnny went back and forth defending themselves for a couple of months, but then deleted all of the evidence of their illness from their channel. This took away any credibility they may have still had, but it just made them look worse, because why delete these videos if you were seriously dying? The most likely explanation for them deleting all of these videos was to maintain their high subscriber count, keep their image, and avoid any more negative backlash from the commentary community. After this, they'd return to making videos on their channel as if nothing happened, and were once again pushing giveaways as their way to inflate their subscriber count. They changed their content up once again to 3 AM videos, or by having Pennywise the Dancing Clown in the thumbnails of those videos, and this helped their channel grow again. I think the last time I spoke about them, 2 years ago, they were hovering around 400,000 views per video. But this wouldn't last, and they'd find a way to once again gain millions of views on YouTube, and that was with Poppy Playtime. If we take a look at their recent videos, Poppy Playtime is featured in almost
I only really knew them
Second
about that
live
during that
video.
first half
Now,
of
leading
them
up to
saying they were gonna
present day,
die.
and the whole reason
Oh,
why I
but
made
these
this video in the
thumbnails
first
are
place,
so
Extreme
bad.
Games in the past year has only posted once.
How long
The
are these
reason why I
videos?
made this video-
I was gonna say, if each one was like 10 minutes long, I have no idea how you could possibly stretch out for that long. But at least they're being more honest and making it 4 minutes. Although I'm pretty sure most of these toys I have are just like cheap Chinese toys they just bought off like Alibaba.
First in the past year has only posted once to their channel, and that was just a few weeks ago. This was odd because the upload prior to their break had over 2 million views. So I was wondering what happened to them and why these clout chasers out of nowhere would stop posting videos when they were making bank because of them. I scoured the comment sections and only saw comments asking them why they were deleting videos, and other comments pertaining to Johnny and asking if he was okay, but nothing about where they went. Until I looked up the Extreme Games Twitter account and saw that Tommy posted a tweet speaking about Johnny and how he was in the hospital.
What the f is that picture? This looks so much like that Jordan Peterson picture where like his daughter took a selfie and he's just like wrapped in a plastic bag.
Tommy also linked a GoFundMe
God.
campaign for Johnny, and it read, "Hi, we are raising funds for Johnny, half of the YouTube channel Extreme Games, beloved by many. He has been very critical and in hospital. He went in and out of the ICU 3 times and almost died in there 3 times. His lungs have been filled with fluid more than 12 times. His breathing got down to 70, which is like breathing through a very thin straw. It's been a terrible situation.
Who
His
wrote
blood
this?
became septic, and if he didn't have a blood transfusion, it would have caused severe damage to his brain and other vital organs. He has been going through this tough time for 6 months now, but finally, he's on the mend now and getting better daily. The hospital bills cost a lot of money. Not just that, we've had to completely move our family of 8 into the heart of the city with rent and heaps of hospital expenses and other expenses. We've spent more than $120,000 and the bills aren't over yet, sadly. And we are asking for any support that you can afford. Every dollar is much appreciated. Sadly, we haven't been able to make videos properly, and that's been our main source of income. Thank you to everyone that has supported us in this tough time. Johnny will be back in videos soon. If you would like to watch the full story explaining what happened to Jonathan, please go watch it on Extreme Games on YouTube. Now, this GoFundMe had a goal of $120,000, and you'd think that if something really big like this was happening, Tommy
There's
would
no
have
way that could
included the
achieved
band of
even like a
Extreme
small
Games
fraction
with
of
a
it.
video onto the channel. But there was nothing, at least when I looked, until we go back to the Twitter account, and there we see a clip of a video of him speaking about
my
Johnny's
God.
condition and how we can view the rest of the video on YouTube. But the link to the video was taken down. In the replies of this video, there was a ton of people tagging Mr. Beast, which leads me to believe that during his original video, he asked his fans to tag Mr. Beast for financial support. The replies weren't all good though, with 2 people pointing out how the duo did this in the past, or how Australia has the 6th best free healthcare in the world.
I was about to say, isn't
Now, it does seem
Australia
like
part of
Johnny
the
was
Commonwealth,
in
or
the
used to
hospital, so
be,
I'm not
therefore they
taking
have
anything
free
away from them.
healthcare.
But I do find it quite odd that they deleted the videos about Johnny being in the hospital, even though they never reached their goal of $120,000. They only gained $1,800. I also find it strange how they never responded
Man, what?
to the new comments.
How do you get that much money from just like being a dead YouTube channel? Like, didn't he say they haven't uploaded in 1 year? Surely by that time, most of the fans that were once kid have grown up and just don't believe their lies anymore. And what young fans have they attracted since like that time? Maybe from the Poppy Playtime series, but even then, kids have such like a short attention span. If you're off YouTube for 1 year, they will basically forget about you. And how many of them actually like want to go to their parents and be like, "Mom, can you donate money to this YouTuber who's saying that they're dying?" Because some projects just blow my mind. Even if the projects don't even like reach the milestone, it blows my mind that people still donate money to them.
Strange that during the months leading up to their hiatus, they're pulling in over 15 million views per month, with the highest month being 51 million views, which is a ton of money. In my opinion, I feel like the severity of the GoFundMe isn't as bad as they're making it out to be, and I know that probably sounds insensitive because who knows, they probably probably are going through it, but they have repeatedly done this in the past, so their credibility is extremely tainted. But let me know if you think this was true in the comments below. Their most recent video has struggled to pull in over 70,000 views, which is an insane drop off from just a year ago, and this could be because their audience was built off of finessing young viewers by enticing them with expensive giveaway prizes. These viewers watched every upload in hopes of winning, but as Tommy and Johnny took time off, less and less viewers returned to their channel. As we have seen with many channels in the past, once young audiences mature, they become less and less enticed with the content that you're creating, and also start to realize they are being scammed and used in order to make Tommy and Johnny even more richer. Tommy and Johnny have still never admitted to scamming their fans, but they still continue to use fake giveaways to entice viewers, and clearly have not quit YouTube because they were dying and only took some time away for Johnny's health. But still, we have no clue how true everything really is, and we may never find out if it was true or not. Now, I do have to point out that they did post Google Play Store gift cards on Twitter, but these giveaway amounts were very little compared to how much money they were actually making, and because they were doing this on a small Twitter account, it seems like they realized that they wouldn't have to spend so much money in order to please a small group of followers who followed them from YouTube onto Twitter. Tommy and Johnny are probably the best example of what happens to your channel when you grow quick from giveaways, or fake giveaways in this instance. They still remain somewhat relevant for a good amount of time, but now they're struggling to get views, and it looks like whenever their videos don't perform well, they just delete them and re-upload them later.
I don't think it's fair to say that someone's relevant when most of the videos are made for kids, because anyone will watch that.
The name and the thumbnail, but I don't know how I would see it a month ago, and now it says that it was uploaded 9 days ago. I don't know. Somebody track it in the comments below. This has been the end of the video. If you have any creators or video ideas that you want me to check out or talk about, the best way you can suggest them to me is through my Instagram DMs or on my Discord. Now, of course, I have to say,
can we make a video about me, please? I have no idea how people like this that do somewhat well on YouTube still beg for money. I mean, the videos he showed earlier that had almost 500,000 views, that's still quite good. And channels like these that are mainly watched by kids have really good AdSense, so they definitely made enough money that they didn't have to beg on GoFundMe saying that one of them died. Plus, I love how whenever someone does this kind of stuff, they always do the worst job possible, making it look realistic. In that picture, he looks like he had a tube shoved down his throat, which every doctor and nurse would definitely do, as opposed to just putting a comfortable mask on. And the blanket they had on him looked like a bandage just wrapped around him to make it look comfortable, but it just looked so I mean, you can never fake your death on YouTube, because people it's very simple to just check with a hospital or police, just if anyone's died in the recent time. Most of the time, they will just say yes or no, because they have no reason to lie. Unless they were also paid off by the YouTubers. Maybe on one side might be nostalgia, because during that time when they first faked their potential death, that was probably one of the biggest when I knew them. But now that they get barely enough views, this is probably their way of reminiscing on the past, which when they were the biggest. And you know what? If they didn't make a GoFundMe and just set down Twitter, which is the whole picture, I would respect that more than them just begging for $120,000 or $180,000. They said. I still can't believe that's even a small fraction of people donate to that. How dumb you have to be.
Whoever I forgot on this shit is oh man.